I graduated from WGU with my bachelor's in accounting in November 2025, but that was actually not my first time trying to do WGU. And so I'm going to talk about what happened the first time, why I tried it again, and why I could finish the second time, but didn't start the first time. So, first time I actually heard about WGU was back in, I want to say 2020, 2021. So it was when the pandemic started. I had started tutoring math online for homeschool kids. I knew people who had kids who were homeschooled or suddenly homeschooled because of the pandemic. And at the time, I was looking for a way to make some extra money slash figure out something else I could do besides interpreting, which was my current job at the time. And I decided, you know what, why not try math tutoring? I like math. I was tutoring and then I got more clients, and it was about a year or so into it. And I was thinking, if this is going to be the thing I do, like math tutoring, then maybe I should go back and get like some sort of math or teacher degree, something. I was just trying to think long term. If this is going to be my thing, then I don't want to just be an ad hoc tutor, even though that's not how I do things. But I was trying to think long term. So this was like 2021 ish. I'm tutoring math. I'm like reading all these books about math teaching math, teaching kids, thinking maybe I should go back and get some sort of degree. How would that work? And then I heard about WGU. So I looked into it, and I even filled out the application online. And one of their counselors, or I think enrollment counselor, called me and talked about it. I asked for the info. They asked for my transcript. I sent my transcript in to get the review. So they look over your transcript to see what classes you already have credits for, and then what classes you'll actually have to take to do their degree. So I did that whole process, and then in the end, I just I think I realized, like, no, this isn't the degree I want to get. This isn't the topic I want to do. And I just dropped it. I let it drop in and didn't move forward. And then I would say, because this was about 2021, around that time, I discovered bookkeeping, accounting. And that's when I actually went to learn bookkeeping. And that's ended up starting my business. And that started that whole accounting arc. So it was a good thing that I didn't go forward with that degree. So that's the first time I tried to apply and start WGU with my bachelor's degree. So then the second time around, which is what my other videos were about, was in I want to say last spring, because I looked through my emails. I was trying to find like the earliest email when I restarted the WG process, and the earliest I found is May. I want to say really I probably restart the process like a month or two earlier, so probably more like March 2025. And then in May is when I actually sent in my transcript again to get for them to tell me which credits I already have for the accounting degree and which ones I need to do. But yeah, so let's see. So why did I decide to move forward with a degree this time? I I was trying to think back on that, like why, and I don't have a clear answer. So I'm just going to say I just thought, you know what, it's time. Oh, I do remember actually, but I was just at the point in my business, in my bookkeeping business, where I was thinking I want to have more knowledge of like not just what I do, because I work with like smaller businesses, and like the bookkeeping I do for them fits into a larger, you could say, like system with like their taxes, um, like their finances. So bookkeeping is just a part of that, and I wanted to learn more about the what was outside of bookkeeping. And I had a few peaks here and there, like when I did like working with the tax pros or working with another small CPA firm for on contract basis. But I like to have a holistic view of everything because that helps me do my work better. And I was also reading a lot of business books at the time, and then thinking, should I take some other course to upskill? And I just thought, if I'm going to pay for a new course anyway, then I might as well just pay for a degree and have my full bachelor's degree. So that's why I went ahead with WGU. And I already liked accounting and I knew I wanted to learn more. So it just seemed like a good fit. And so since this was the second time going through the process, I knew what to expect. So I just went back onto my WGU portal because that's enrollment portal because it still existed. Changed my degree to accounting, and then I can't remember if oh yes, they tell you on there. So no one called me. I on the WGU portal I submitted transcripts so they could do the review, and then that started the whole process. And the enrollment counselor called me, made sure I was enrolled. I made my payment in or started the payment plan process in May. So that was the earliest email I could find in the email inbox about WGU. And yeah, and then I started in July. So I would say like several months later from deciding to do it, then I actually started doing it. So yeah, I would say the difference was first I had a degree topic that I was more interested about learning. It was more relevant to what I was doing. And that area was also more stable. And then the other reason I actually thought of while talking through this is that I feel like I've tried to be a teacher before because when I first went to college, one of the majors I did go for a year was deaf education. And so that was teaching again. And when I was thinking about doing an education degree back in 2021, I remembered, oh, yeah, I tried this before. I realized I'm not a teacher. And so let's not make that same mistake again. So that's how I ended up doing WGU, like trying to do it 2 times and then actually finished the second time, or actually started and finished the degree the second time. And yeah, and so now I just decided to take a break and figure out if I wanted to move ahead with a more further education in accounting or do I want to do a different topic. I have the idea in my head now to do a master's in a different country because I know that's possible and that would be really cool to do. Go to Japan and either do like a master's there or just learn Japanese. Really, I just like learning stuff. So yeah, if yeah, I just like to learn stuff. It's fun for me. Like my whole accounting degree was so much fun. I know at the time it was hard and the testing was not that much fun, but the learning process itself and building my knowledge, that was fun. But yeah, so I don't really have like, a takeaway for this, so take whatever you want. I just wanted to share like sometimes, okay, maybe there is a takeaway. So sometimes you start something, if you're like me, you start something and either wrong time or something about it's not quite right. And so it's okay to just wait, step back from it, and then come back later. When things have changed, it's better timing. You have more brain space too. So maybe that's a takeaway. I did create a Notion database to help track your accounting degree classes for WGU. So that link should be in the description box. It's free. It's just something I used when I was tracking my classes, and some people wanted that. You just can follow that link to get it. But yeah, until next time.